Hello YouTube. Well, this is the back of my 2018 Kia Stinger GT2 all-wheel drive. Unfortunately, some of these cars that were manufactured earlier, Kia made a small design flaw and they went ahead and fixed it, and I don't think the fix is really working in some cases. So I purchased this car um, about 6 weeks ago, and I noticed that there was a not so much a rattle, but at certain speeds, not at speeds, but at certain bumps, there was a bit of a, like something's loose, like a thump, going on in the back. Now, provided that this is a hatchback, it is normal for some of the road noise to transfer over, especially because you don't have a anything in between. I mean, this is literally a hatchback. There's the interior of the car. So I've joined 4 groups now, Kia groups on Facebook, asking for some answers and some way to fix it. I called my Kia dealer, and what they told me was that it had already been fixed prior to them selling it to me, because it is a service announcement or something like that Kia does. So this is what Kia did. So this right here happens to be just a little bit too small. This goes, I'm showing it to you right there so that people see where it's coming from. This is where it's coming from, okay? So basically, when you purchase a car, it's got a couple of bolts that I have right there that I have now removed, just so that I can show it to you. And this is where this goes. So you get your Allen wrench, you go ahead and remove that, and make sure that you don't strip your bolts. Make sure that you have the proper tool to remove them. And just for comparison's sake, what Kia did, this is the one Kia installed. I want to say is about an eighth, and this right here is the one that I purchased is 1/16. So you can clearly see the difference in the width. And what Kia did was that their fix is that they installed 2 of these, and they figured that with these 2 going from the part that goes into the car, and by them putting 2 of these in here right there, that's gonna take care of the problem. Well, the Kia dealer tightened it so hard that it really didn't make any difference. Okay, so you might actually already have the fix, and you might still be getting that noise from the back. It really is surprising to me that it is such a small gap that is left there, and then it makes a ton of a difference in the and whether it makes that noise or not. So what I did, I purchased these. These were $2.99. They're the 5/16 M8, and it's basically the same size. It's gonna fit the exact same way, slightly larger, but it doesn't really make a difference. When you put them side by side, it doesn't make a lot of difference. I want to be careful not to drop them into the bottom of the battery. So basically what I did is that I used one of the ones that I purchased and one of the ones that Kia installed. So that's exactly what I did. I did not use 2 of the ones that I purchased. I only used 1, and I kept one of the 2 that Kia installed. So basically you're gonna have that. Now, if Kia has not done the fix, I would just go ahead and put 2, and that's basically it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. I'm gonna pause the video for a second. I don't have anyone assisting me to record, so I'm gonna pause the video for a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and position them, and I'm gonna show you how what the difference in the gap is gonna make. Okay, so I have repositioned back into place, and as you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to appreciate, but there is that little gap. That little gap is what's gonna make all of the difference on you not getting that rear hatch noise. I know it's silly, but that really is all that it needed. So when you tighten it up, when Kia fixed it, they tightened it so hard that the 2 washers that they put, they flatten so hard, they tighten it so hard that it didn't make a difference. So that is all I did. I went ahead again. If Kia has not fixed it yet, you can fix it yourself. They were giving me an appointment for like 2 weeks time. They were gonna take like 3 hours of my time for them to do this. That is so simple. And yes, you shouldn't have to pay the $3 and you shouldn't have to fix it yourself. But it really is $3 that I did to purchase that. You go ahead again. You go ahead and remove it right there. You remove all of them. If you don't have, if it hasn't been fixed by Kia, what I would do is put 2 of these and then just retightened. And if Kia has already fixed it, then I would go ahead and just use one and one from the ones from Kia, which, as I showed earlier in the video, they are considerably smaller. Now, the other thing that I did was that I wanted to show the insulation. This is Frost King. It was at $18 and some cents the roll. It's basically duct for the ducts, you know, insulation. It has made a considerable difference. I'm not gonna be and say that it's gonna be perhaps as good as Dynamat. Dynamat is probably gonna be much better, but the similar size roll is gonna cost anywhere from $80 to $160 depending on where you purchase it. This was $20. It took 40 minutes to install, and it's made quite a considerable difference. And from the cabin, I can see that it's not picking up as much road noise. You know, before you just have the bare aluminum right here, or the metal right here, and now when you do this, it doesn't sound as hollow, and it doesn't transfer as much noise into the interior of the cabin. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it for a second now, and just to go ahead and show you what it looks like with everything else back on it. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention before I put everything back in is that I've seen from some of the posts that little tube, it drains the battery. Make sure that you didn't accidentally disconnect it. If you did, you don't have to take it to the dealer, just plug it back in. And just so you know, I am talking about this one right here. This one right here. Make sure that that it didn't get accidentally disconnected. Or you got to remember that sometimes a dealer, when they deliver the cars, the batteries are not plugged in, and if they made a mistake and they didn't plug it in, you do need to have that drain. So make sure that it is properly installed. So once your spare tire is back in there, just make sure that this is properly tightened. Again, you don't have to tighten it like it's gonna be there for the rest of eternity. So just properly tighten it, you know, just so that it doesn't move, and it's, you know, the rear of the car gets a lot of bumps, and you want to make sure that it's not going to be loose or anything. Right now, there's absolutely nothing loose in this trunk. I even like the way the insulation looks. It makes it look nice. Make sure that all of your tools, when you put them back in, that everything fits right. The other thing that I did was that this was a little bit loose. You can open it up a little bit, just so that it puts some pressure against the styrofoam and it doesn't move around. Don't do it too much. Make sure that all your tools are properly fat, you know, that they're in there good, and that they're not gonna be moving around when the car's moving. Then you have your other cover. So again, same thing, you know, just make sure that everything fits, nice. That there isn't anything loose, nothing like that. And then one last one. And then lastly, you know, the one where you're gonna put all your groceries and everything else. I have a couple of racks for exterior and interior. And then of course, that I got from the dealer, but I think the dealer branded that, but I want to say that probably all, it's like a little survival kit and stuff like that, but I want to say that probably all cars get that. So one last thing before I wrap up this video is that you want to make sure that these right here, these also contribute to the noise. And what I've noticed that some people actually, or some dealers, they put it all the way in. Well, these are adjustable, so make sure that they're not all the way in, and you may want to play with them. You know, you can put it all the way out. Make sure that you got plenty of space right there, and that, because that is actually gonna help prevent some of the noise that's coming from inside, from the outside, and it's gonna prevent that your hatch is moving around. So just a quick video. I hope you like it. I hope it's something that's gonna help you. These right here, that's where these end up at the end. So I just hope that, you know, this helps. I looked for different videos and I couldn't find one that it really showed how it is that it's supposed to be fixed. It doesn't change the diameter of the car. It really is a matter of millimeters that's making the difference. And when you're going over your bumps, it's allowing the hatchback, the actual trunk door, the back door to move around, and I guess it makes that sound. So I'll tell you, it's with that cover, it's deleted at least. It's reduced the space from the noise from the outside. I would say at least 30 to 40%. If you go Dynamat, you probably could do better. But for 20 bucks and 40 minutes of time, I think it's well worth it. And then, of course, those little adjustments really made a world of difference in the car. And I really, really like this car. And just wanted to share that, and hope it helps you. And I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to put the link on the groups that I have on Facebook. And hopefully it'll be of some assistance. You know, some of the groups, they really need to pick up. You put up video, you put a picture, you put something, and nobody really responds, you know, and it's kind of sad, you know. Coming from Honda Civic 2018 hatchback and following some of those groups, you know, from the Type R's to the Sport Tourings, and also having a Mustang, and coming from all those groups, you know, they obviously have a lot more members, but you also get a lot of hagglers, you know, but there's also a lot of help, and I hope that with this kind of videos, you know, that people realize that, you know, we're all in this group together, and the point of it is so that, you know, we can help each other with the little things like that and improve our driving experience. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope it's beneficial, and I hope it helps, and you'll take care. Bye-bye.